The place is amazing.
It's like an explosion in your mouth.
Not the bar and grill I expected.
I actually felt like I was in a hospital cafeteria.
I ordered steak. Mistake.
I'm pretty certain there's a microwave in the kitchen.
Quality of food is exceptional.
Administrative Assistant Amy Johnson says you should take note of her selection. She says that the atmosphere is divine and the food is so good it's downright sinful. It's in Fort Lauderdale and it's called Calvary Chapel's The Daily Grill.
We felt there was a need to have a place on the campus of Calvary Chapel, Fort Lauderdale, that would be special, that you can come in. If you come in here in the morning, you'll probably see 7 or 8 booths taken up that are right behind us with people doing Bible study. Here's what happens in this restaurant. I've watched people get engaged in this restaurant. I've watched people be counseled, whether it be at a booth and they might be going through something personally in their life. It looks like drywall and paint and booths and food, but honestly, it's all an excuse to reach out with the people that come in here. And there's also no alcohol. And so that's a lot different usually for a restaurant. The truth of the matter is that we want people to do this, is that we want to come into an environment that's not threatening, that's fun, that they can fellowship, they can hang out. It's great food, great service. A restaurant is one of those places that are, when you break bread with people, you really get to know them. You really get to find out what's going on, their likes, their dislikes, and you really get, it's a tension breaker, and food does that.
Amy, you sing praises of this restaurant. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, the Daily Grill is a great familiar place, kind of like Cheers at Church. You're able to go in and, you know, if you attend Calvary, a lot of times you'll run into some familiar faces and you're always, every time you're there, you're in for a good meal.
What else? What do you eat when you go there?
Typically, I like the tilapia. It's got a crab meat stuffing on the top and like a really nice creamy wine sauce.
And you had a Bang Bang Shrimp, I think it's called?
Bang Bang Shrimp. Bang Bang Shrimp is also a favorite. It's kind of like it's over a bed of greens, and it's, I guess I'm going to say like a fried tempura type shrimp with an orange sauce that's got a little bit of a spice and a sweet kick as well.
Nice, that sounds delicious. So Chip, what did you think about this restaurant?
Well, the food was very good. Now, I've gone there several times to the service, and I have found one thing that I would tell people to do. When they get ready to do the benediction, at the end, leave, because then you won't have to wait in line.
I see, because on service nights, the line gets long when you wait.
It gets very long. And on Sundays, Saturdays and Sundays, it's very long. I had the shrimp, and I had chicken, and I had dessert. I made sure that I said grace at the table, because I was afraid that they would revoke my dessert privileges, and they have great apple pie.
Okay, Frank, what'd you think?
I was totally surprised. To me, it was like an oasis. Not being from the area, it took a while to find it, but when I did find it, I was totally surprised. And the cuisine turned out, well, first of all, the impression when I walked into the restaurant was, oh my God, how could this be in this building? It's totally nouveau design, low lighting, beautiful coloring, a lot of mahogany, and the food was exceptional. I had the skirt steak on smashed potatoes, and it had a beautiful, what they call their own steak sauce to it. It was gorgeous. But I also started with a what I call is Mexican soup.
A tortilla soup?
The tortilla soup was absolutely delicious. That was the recommendation from the waiter. It was a fine waiter, a nice young man, and I sort of got the feeling that I was sort of, that it was a culinary school. It was so nicely set up.
Chip, tell me a little bit more. I know that you had the lemon chicken.
Yes, this was half roasted chicken, and it was done in a wonderful lemon, and just a sort of a sweet sauce with a little raisin and over top. It was delicious.
Nice.
The food was good. It's a great restaurant for, I think, for people to go to Calvary Church. It's not a restaurant for everyone. I think some people of other faiths would feel very uncomfortable in the restaurant because of the surroundings.
Now, Amy, you frequent this restaurant. Is that how do you feel that this restaurant is more of a restaurant for the people that actually attend the church, or do you feel like it's for the public?
No, I would definitely say it's a restaurant for the public. It's just like your average family style restaurant, you know, with the accents of mahogany, so on and so forth. So it's a little bit upper scale as far as, you know, the environment that you're going to get, but there's nothing about the restaurant, I would say, that's overly churchy.
But wouldn't you think that they have a little bit of religious overtones on the titles of the menu?
They do.
Yes.
That I would
There
say,
was-
they're
yes.
instead of like sharing, I would say probably fellowship.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's a little bit of Christianese lingo in there, but you can maybe push past that a little bit if that's not a comfortable thing. It's definitely worth it for the food.
Well, I wouldn't feel comfortable taking some of my gay friends because of the philosophy of the church, and I wouldn't feel comfortable taking my Jewish clients there.
What about the restaurant makes that the case?
Well, I think primarily because of where you are. That's why I say that I didn't think it was a restaurant for everyone.
That being my restaurant, I'd just like to push past that and say definitely anybody, any faith, welcome at any time with no judgment.
Well, you will have a good meal.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
Well,
Food
thank
was
you.
excellent. Food was excellent.
Okay.
And it's not pretentious. It's not overbearing.
Well, Amy, Daily Grill was your choice. Tell us why.
Daily Grill was my choice because I think they serve great food at a great price.
Chip, give me a little summary.
Great food, wonderful atmosphere. Just don't forget to say race.
I was pleasantly surprised at the decor, the food. I totally enjoyed myself there and would definitely go back.
Well, you can sample a little piece of heaven at Calvary Chapel's The Daily Grill. It's located on the campus of Calvary Chapel, Fort Lauderdale. 2701 West Cypress Creek Road. It's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on weekdays. For dinner only on Saturdays and lunch only on Sundays. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab for a dinner without drinks is about $15.